Bonjour à tous, hello everybody. Today I am working in the bathroom, the first guest bedroom that we're doing, and I am going to be continuing with spray painting the walls. The last day, it's now the 28th, and the last day that I was working in this room was the 23rd of December. We've had off the 24th, 25th, 26th. Yesterday we started back on work. Julian was doing something different. He is setting up his gym, all his previous gym equipment. After 2 years of being in France, he has said he is fed up of not having time to himself. So he's going to be getting up at 6 a.m, 5 to 6, quarter to 6, something like that every morning now instead of 6:30. And is going to be doing his gym time. So kudos to him, good on him, because he really needs an outlet rather than just renovating. I've got my garden. Really, he enjoys cycling, so he wants to be, in these colder months, he wants to be doing something different as well. So that's what he's up to today. So I'll just show you where I've got up to so far. Okay, so this is one of the walls that has had its first coat, and it's kind of like a mocha cream colour. And you can see just going up now. So we've finished just under the ceiling. The ceiling will have coving round. It needs a second coat, as you can see, on that plaster work up there. That, of course, is the bath. It needs to be doing above there, but that's where all the tiling is going to go. So that's why that hasn't been plastered all smoothly. The window is all taped up today, ready for me to spray in that area. And then coming round here, you can just, it's very hard to see because the colour is quite plaster-like. But this, we've just done above here its first coat. And you can see there where it just needs a bit of attention at the top. You can just start to see the line there where I met the plaster. Now that just needs a bit of sanding down, but also it's only had a first coat, so you can still actually see some of the brown underneath. That's what's coming through that line there. So I'm going to be giving that a little bit of attention first, a little bit of sand down, and then I'm going to be continuing round. So around the sink area has had its first coat. You can tell the difference there between painted and non-painted. So tell the difference in the finish. Really, really pleased with the finish in terms of using the sprayer. It couldn't be happier really about it because you just don't get, again, it's hard to see, but you just don't get, that's bumpy plaster wall, but you don't get this type of paint finish without working hard with a roller. It isn't easy to use a sprayer. I'll show you how to use it as we go, but it does give a better finish. Now this is the plastered wall, bit of a close-up there for you. This is where the wallpaper's going. I'll trip over the gazillion step ladders in here. And we've got the little gas fire on in here just so that the paint dries really quick. Although I am finding that with the paint spray it just dries so quick anyway. That's one of the advantages, that if you wanted to, you could actually go straight back over almost and do a second coat on a wall. You could, if you're more of an expert using this sprayer than I am, then you could actually get a whole room done in a day, no problems whatsoever. So that's where the wallpaper's going to go, on this wall here, and then the skirting and the door and around the bath at the bottom, and then this woodwork down here, that's got to have some work on it down there. That is all going to be a blue colour, grey blue, to match the tiles. And you can't see it very well, but it's actually this one on the left. It actually looks quite grey. But that's because the light's not very good in here. See if we can. But it's actually a grey blue, and it almost matches the tiles. So we're going to see what it looks like, but that's what I'm doing today. So we'll see how we get on. So this is the Wagner spray paint device, for want of a better word, paint sprayer. And it is the Wagner 590 FLEXiO. It's a heavy piece of kit, let me tell you. The videos make it look so easy, and in theory it is easy, but the weight of this machine for a little weakling like me is something to behold. It really does take its toll on you, and a lot of the time you can do it one-handed, but then you really start to need to use both hands as well. So this is the bit of kit that comes with it. It is paint pot, and it's also the paint measuring tool. And you can just see, if I move that in closer, you can just see, take it off so you can see properly. This is the measuring tool that you get, and you get little numbers on there, 10 and 10. And so basically what you do is you fill the paint to fill line, either this one or this one, and then you add 10% water. I would have appreciated, and probably there is, and I might look at that into the future, bigger paint pots than this, because you are forever filling this thing up. But let's go ahead and do it. So you just simply take the paint, pour it in till you get to the desired fill line. So keep going. Not too far off. And we're just about there. And then top it up with water, which I'll go and do now. So now you mix, and you mix like crazy until the paint all blends together. This can actually take quite a bit of time, but I've learned that it does all come together. It's one big loopy mess at the moment. What this does, thinning the paint down, is it allows it to come out the paint sprayer, obviously, and you can use anything in this sprayer apparently. That's one of the bits that I'm looking forward to. Once I get the hang of it, perhaps when I've built up some arm muscles, then we've got quite a few bits that need painting outside as well, come spring and summer. So I'm hoping that this tool will make things a bit easier. But as of yet, I'm not, as I said, I haven't got the muscle strength and the practice with it for it to be quicker than painting. So at the moment, I would say it's probably on par with the speed of painting. Maybe even I'm a little bit slower with this machine. But eventually, we hope that will change. It's as with anything, isn't it? A brand new tool, and it needs to be, it's not user error, but you've got to really practice to get the trade going. And I am not a professional painter, I'm not a professional plasterer. I don't think I'm a professional anything actually. Now that's coming together now, that's not too bad. And actually, when you look at the paint consistency, turn this around, when you look at the paint consistency, it doesn't actually even seem to be any different than what actually pours out, but that 10% must just help it come through the machine. So let's get this going on. Okay, so this is actually the spray mechanism. I've just dumped that in, but I thought I'd better just show you. And this is the pipe that the paint obviously comes through, and it can actually go two different ways. You can actually swivel that pipe round in the opposite direction, and this will enable you to do things like ceilings work above you. As I'm doing walls, this is the direction that you actually want to be taking the paint up in. And we just swivel it round till it locks in place. And then what you do is you take the paint sprayer, here, the actual mechanism that goes clips onto the machine, and this puts the air into the machine, trying to do this on camera, this is not easy, but like this. And then you simply clip it into place, like so. Trying to do that and make sure it's on the camera by looking through the camera at the same time is not easy, but there you go. That is your paint sprayer now ready to go, pretty much. Now the other thing, before we purchased this Wagner 590 FLEXiO paint sprayer, I watched a lot of reviews and was certain that it really was the product that we wanted to buy. Now, one of the things none of the reviews told me was that there are different versions. Ones that have a cable, electric cable, and others that are battery powered. Had they discussed that, I would have definitely tried to look for one that was battery powered and got a spare battery backup. Because this is what we're having to do now to reach the high areas. The cord on this FLEXiO is not long at all, so it doesn't allow you to be climbing up a ladder, for instance. And without extra extension. So it's a pain in the backside. Fortunately, on our step ladders, we do have these little hooks, so we can actually put these extension cables, which is just coincidence really. Had they not been there, it would have made our lives very difficult indeed. So I'm going to start on this area now, and we'll give you a gander at just how easy this is to use, albeit a little bit cumbersome. So you can see the difference where I left off a few days ago before Christmas. So we're going to continue now and see if we can make some of that brown disappear that's still showing through the plaster. So the first thing you do is a two trigger system. So you press, this is the trigger here, press it once, it gets the air going, and then the second time you press it, there must be some kind of delay now, so I have to press it twice again. The second time that you press it, what will happen is it will then start the paint flow.
Lost again, going back around, dreaming of a time when I get things right. Lost in the shadows of a million stars. Shouldn't they enlighten my near and far? Shouldn't they at all just tell me where you are? Send a prayer if I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back. Send me a letter and a bottle of wine, telling me I will be fine. Baby, I'm stuck with a halfway heart.
Okay, so there we have it. It is that simple. I can see that there's a couple of areas that this is highlighted now. Just probably need to put a little bit of filler. The rest over here I think will be fine. When you're actually down on the ground, you don't really see those, but I know they're there. This was an absolute terrible situation to be in, where you had the rest of the wall plastered all the way down, as you've already explained this before. And then we decided to alter the ceiling, so it left this almost 3 mil, 4 mil sort of lip here that I had to break off, sand, then try and make plaster. And this area here is a combination of wood and wall that we had to plaster over. Not great at all. However, with just a tiny little bit of filler in areas like this, and there's another area there, I do believe that once you're down on the ground floor, you'll just not see any of this, because already with one first coat of paint, from down below, I can hardly see any of these little bumps. So I'm happy with that. So we're going to move the ladder now. This is the pain of any painting. So when you're trying to do walls that are 3.8 metres or whatever they are, 3.9 metres, it's a pain. You're working on step ladders or scaffolding all the time. So I'll move my ladder and we'll carry on. slightly so I can get to here better, carry on working way around and see how far we get.
Yeah, or is that the same guy?
Well, same guy. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Look! Muscles.
Yeah, it was very,
Look how Dad did it. Harder than that. It's so hard. We're all in here. Why are we all in here?
Because we've been nosy with Daddy's gym.
Yeah.
Do you think the walls need spraying though, darling?
I don't. I've trained in worse places than that.
Yeah.
Looking.
So,
Maloney's in Huddersfield for one.
Maloney's in Huddersfield was worse than this.
Well,
These are your
Yeah.
size.
well, it was bigger and it had all the right equipment,
Yeah.
but it was a little bit,
These are Mummy's size.
from memory anyway.
Yeah.
Years
Right,
ago.
get that on.
What?
Do I have the on right, Dad?
Go on then, Hull.
Watch, come out the way, love. Let's start swinging about, it'll get itchy, you'll know about it.
Go on then.
I can remember Dad.
You're supposed to laugh, Holly. Other person will be whacking you senseless by now.
Turn it
Oh, that one.
It's on. I turned it on by swinging it.
What?